Everyone wants to increase their productivity. How great would it be to wake up with an actionable to-do list? Unfortunately, life happens, and distractions come in the way of completing a day's checklist completely. If you can get to the point where you are doing the majority of these things most of the time, you will be well on your way to having a more efficient day. In this video, we will be discussing 10 things to make your day more productive. Make sure to watch until number 10 because it's something you may not have considered. Number 1. Plan for the next day the night before. Because our willpower and decision-making skills are limited, you want to remove as many decision-making chores as possible in the morning. This is why American Express CEO Kenneth Chenault concludes his nights by setting down 3 objectives for the next day. This also explains why Mark Zuckerberg and President Obama own clothes that mostly look the same. As you might have noticed, Barack Obama exclusively wears gray or blue suits. According to him, he's attempting to reduce his decision-making. He's not interested in making choices about what he eats or wears because he's swamped with other choices. When you have fewer choices to make during the day, you save brain space and increase your productivity. Number 2. Wake up early in the morning for a more productive day. Tim Cook, CEO of Apple, gets up at around 3:45 a.m. to work out, have breakfast, and check his email. Elon Musk gets up around 7 a.m. and starts his day by responding to essential emails, transporting his children to school, and then reporting to the workplace. Jeff Bezos begins his day about 7 or 8 a.m. by reading the newspaper while jogging on his treadmill. Early mornings, particularly if you get adequate sleep, enable you to concentrate on your most important duties before other distractions and responsibilities begin vying for your attention. However, just waking up earlier does not guarantee that you will be more productive. To do this, you must have a time management strategy. Number 3. Establish priorities. At times, we are unable to have a productive day simply because we are unsure where to begin. When this is the case, the simplest answer is to create a list of all the chores that need to be completed and then prioritize them according to their significance and urgency. Number 4. Avoid distractions. Facebook, Twitter, and other social media platforms might cause you to lose your concentration. Do not check your Facebook first thing in the morning. Rather, direct your energies elsewhere. Consider a calm, good method to begin your day. Social media may often exacerbate emotions of inadequacy, leaving you grouchy in the morning. Stretch, meditate, observe the birds outdoors, or listen to music that you like. Establish a rule for yourself for when you can check social media for the first time. You can make a vow to yourself that you will not check Facebook until after breakfast, for example. If this becomes a more significant issue for you, you can even use your iPhone to block distracting websites. An effective day starts with the elimination of unnecessary distractions. Remove everything that might throw you off track before reporting to work or school. You want to be able to concentrate entirely on your task at hand and nothing else. If you work on a computer, close any distracting browser tabs and programs. Log out of any social networking accounts you may have. Close websites on which you are reading news items. Close any distracting programs that are running in the background. Eliminate all distractions from your workstation. If you bring a book to read during your downtime, put it away. Put away any technological gadgets that may drain your energy, such as an iPhone or an iPod. Number 5. Adhere to the 80-20 rule. The 80-20 rule dictates that the majority of your outcomes will come from a small percentage of your efforts. This rule is broad in scope and relevant to a variety of circumstances. For instance, a business's revenues are often derived from a few large transactions. How does this idea apply to your own life? Consider your successes and the factors that contributed to them. Then, intensify your pursuit of these drivers. What's the greatest part? You may now revisit the 80-20 rule and dig down deeper to determine the most effective ways to spend your time. Number 6. Try time blocking. A typical day will always appear different depending on the sort of job you do. However, we believe that a typical day in a modern company usually consists of billable hours spent on a range of customers. And since each customer has a tendency to assume first priority, it's easy to hop from one task to the next for several clients. However, at the end of the day, you've completed a series of 30-minute intervals without allowing your brain to completely engage with any of them. Here comes time blocking. Schedule everything: meals, email, and sleep. On hectic days, it's easy to lose sight of all 3 of these points. Blocking aside time ensures that you'll be mindful of your ideal routine even if things become wild. To get additional points, Schedule an hour of physical activity each day. Number 7. Begin with the most difficult things. As I previously said, it's ideal to begin a productive day with the most difficult activity. Consider Mark Twain's advice and bite the frog. Why? Few things are more unpleasant than eating a raw frog. Complete the most difficult task first, since you have the greatest energy in the morning. Additionally, you'll get immediate alleviation upon finishing. It will keep a seemingly insurmountable chore from looming large over your head for the remainder of the day. Whatever occurs today will not jeopardize your long-term aspirations. Additionally, everything else will seem easy in contrast. As Gary Keller so eloquently says on the Tim Ferriss Show and in his book, you must begin each day by doing the most essential thing. Consider the one item that will simplify or eliminate the rest of your activities. Finally, refrain from multitasking. You may think that you are a super multitasker and that doing so significantly increases your productivity. Regrettably, it does not. Multitaskers are perpetually inefficient. Concentrating on each job costs them more time and they waste a lot of time moving between tasks. Number 8. Establish a system for delegation and follow-up. It's one thing to assign tasks and projects to your team. It's quite another to ensure they complete the job. Then there's the matter of submitting it for approval, which is another piece of the pie to solve. Finding a dependable system for monitoring your team's tasks can increase the efficiency of your job. Collaboration tools and project management software can certainly assist with this, but you must also commit to utilizing these tools in order to avoid disappointing your coworkers. However, your individual contribution is critical in this as well. The more often you update and follow up with next actions, the easier it will be for your coworkers to keep on track as well. Number 9. Utilize the Eisenhower matrix to establish long-term objectives. One of the perils of productivity is an obsession with the immediate. As management guru Peter Drucker famously said, there is nothing more pointless than effectively doing tasks that should not be performed at all. It's easy to slip into that trap while studying productivity practices. On any given workday, it's easy to become caught up in what seems to be urgent at the moment. The Eisenhower matrix was popularized by Stephen Covey's book, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. It was utilized by President Eisenhower to make choices during his career. It enables you to rapidly identify which tasks should be prioritized and which should be ignored. To begin with, construct a 2x2 square. On one axis, write critical and not critical. On the other axis, there are urgent and non-urgent situations. Organizing your to-do list according to the priority and urgency of each activity might assist you in identifying time suckers that aren't necessary. Are you wasting the majority of your day on essential but unimportant tasks? Consider delegating, automating, or eliminating. Are you wasting time on unimportant or crucial tasks? Ignore them. Are you scheduling time to focus on critical but non-urgent tasks? If you're like the majority of people, you may be spending an inordinate amount of time in this region. The Eisenhower matrix simplifies the process of determining what is important and what is not. Number 10. There is no such thing as a productive day without some element of enjoyment. Apart from producing and developing, there is another critical reason that should also be a component of a productive day: to enjoy life. Effort and value creation are just one side of the coin. On the other side, there is fun, rest, and just appreciating both the great and little things in life. To have a productive day, you must remember to schedule time for relaxation, recovery, and other activities that you like apart from work. If we do not take time for rest and rehabilitation, our productivity will suffer in the long term. It becomes more difficult to maintain an ordered, disciplined, and productive work environment. It's important to prioritize these things: getting enough sleep, spending at least 1 hour every day having fun without any guilt, taking sufficient breaks during the workday, and taking care of your physical appearance. These are critical components of maintaining productivity and having productive days. Never take your physical or mental health for granted, and always take care of yourself. What do you think is the best way to be productive? What else would you like us to talk about in our upcoming videos? Let us know in the comments below, and make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss out on any of our videos.